it's Tina at Tina Stitches. Welcome to my channel. Today is Saturday, December the 2nd, 2023. It is about 4 in the afternoon, so it's getting gray, dismal. I do have a ring light on, so yeah, hopefully we won't be too dark here. I did do a video last week, and I couldn't deal with it. There was no volume, so apparently I have microphone issues. So yeah, so this is no microphone, so we'll see how this goes. So basically I'm going to show you all the stuff that I showed last time, and maybe without the microphone you won't hear the dog so much, but she's in here with me again. She was complaining already, so we'll see how this goes. So really I just have more progress on the same things that I showed you that you didn't see. So yeah, I do have a finish that I had shown in my last video, but you didn't see it. So I will show that one again, and progress on about 4, 5, 6, 7 other things. Yeah. I have plans for 2024. Plans-ish, because they're subject to change. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I don't always stick to a plan. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for stopping by and checking me out. Hopefully you like what you see, and you don't mind hearing a dog in the background complaining, because I don't know why she's complaining. Usually she's a pretty happy dog. Usually we're in the easy chair with my feet up, and she can, you know, relax on the footrest, so that might be her problem. Okay, so of course she's going to be very vocal. Let's see, I'm just going to start with Poppy. I worked on Girl in a Poppy Field by Vervico. Alright, that's enough. This is what it will look like when it's finished. Here's where it was when you last saw it. Nothing is ready. Bags are unzipped, but that's about it. So, this is being stitched on platinum I want to say it's 28 count platinum something, 32 count Swigert Belfast linen. It came with Ada. I didn't like the Ada. It was too stiff. So here's where we're at. And I got all the background stitched and started to work on the red poppies. That's where I got to. So this was my main focus for the month of November. and probably will be for future Novembers until it is finished. The next project that I'm going to show you is my project that I started in May of this year, I believe it was. This is Dimension Simplicity, Vintage Simplicity. I'm stitching this along with Kim from stitchandstuff. This is what it will look like. This bag was a gift from Kim. Perfect for this design. And here's where it was when you last saw it. And here it is now. I have it in the Q-snap because it's in the perfect position for working on it. And I only worked on it the one day, the second Sunday of the month. So I will be pulling this one out again next week. So you should see more progress on this. So far I have done the lady in the blue dress, and this is the lady in the yellow dress. And then there's still the red dress to go. So yeah. Yeah, that was just the one day of stitching. And this is not the kit Ada. This is 28 count Monaco or Lugana, whatever I had in my stash. Alright, we're going to try this with her on my lap. This isn't going to go well, but... Okay, so now, of course, that I have a obstacle on my lap, we're going to try showing you some big projects. So, I've been picking up Beautitudes while I've been Zooming with Amy and Gail from, of course they're stuck together, magnets. Amy from Mimi Stitchery and Gail from Gail's Golden Needle. And I've been working on Beautitudes by My Big Toe. This is what it will look like when it's finished, and where I was the last time you saw it. And here's where we're at now. So it looks like I'd be getting very close to being finished, but I'm not. I started in the center, I worked on these 2 pages, came up, and these are the top 2 pages. There's still 2 pages at the bottom. And this is a needle minder, not part of the design, so don't be looking for that. This is stitched with Threadworks and Gentle Arts. It was Gentle Arts Cranberry, I believe, and I ran out. I didn't have the right dye lot, bought more. Didn't match the dye lot I had, so I improvised and I bought some, I believe it was 902 or 814, like a bunch of the different reds, some Rit dye, found the closest red, and dyed my own floss to finish it. So yeah, Beautitudes by My Big Toe, stitched on 22 count Hardanger fabric, 2 threads over 1 square full cross. And that's where it's at so far. It's getting there. Okay, now this is a project that I've been not really struggling to finish, but not really picking it up nearly as much as it deserves to be. And once I get stitching on it, it goes relatively quickly. So yeah, I should just pick it up more. So when we were talking, Gail and Amy and I, we were talking about snow day stitching. And last year I do recall doing some snow day stitching where if it snowed, I would do a strand a day for the one strand for the day of snow on the Christmas Eve Couriers. And so I've decided to do the same thing for the sleigh. So here's where it's at. There's not a whole lot of difference from where it was before. I've just been working on the red down here. And normally I don't do this, but I actually hadn't even finished that X when I stopped. I must have thought I had it tied off, but yeah. So hopefully snow day stitching will get this finished this winter, because it's been 6 years since I started it. And since we're talking about the sleigh, we might as well tell you about the finish. I did have a finish. Vixen. This is one of the Christmas Eve Couriers that just needed the beads, and then it would be finished. And so it has the beads, and it has 6 of the 7 charms. There's one more charm, but if you don't know, you just wouldn't even know it's missing. So there it is. It's really hard to show how blingy it is, but it's very, very sparkly. So I am down to having 4 or 5 more to do. So I have one set up in the Q-snaps, ready to pick up and put some beads on it, but I haven't yet. But perhaps tomorrow. We'll see. That one is Dasher. Okay. Now, this one I'm going to show you is very exciting because I haven't... Did I bring up the picture? I've had this pattern for many years. Been longing to stitch it and just never did. This is from the Treasures in Needlework premiere issue from, trying to find a date here for you, 1992. I wasn't even stitching in 92. I know I got this at a used bookstore on their magazine rack. This is the pattern I'm referring to. Pageant Kings by Sandy Orton, I believe. With the, yeah, it's Sandy Orton. I know that she does design work for another company. It's just not coming to me right now. But this is just labeled as Sandy Orton. Designed by Sandy Orton. Here's where it was when you last saw it. And I've made quite a bit of progress. And I've still been working on it since my last... Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, I'm going to put her down again. Now she wants down. There you go. Okay. Made quite a bit of progress, even in this last week since my last recording attempt. And here's where it's at. Oh, let's see. I'm stitching this on 32 count Antique Blue Lugana by Zweigart, I believe. It was in my stash. I've had it for quite a while. And here's where it's at. So all of this is new. Most of this is new. Backstitching is details, and all of this background is new. And that's where it's at. It's actually stitching up a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. The chart itself is very tiny. So I am using magnifiers. I also have it, I took a picture of it and I'm stitching it from zooming in on my tablet. But I have to use the magazine for reference because some symbols are a little bit blurry. But yeah, I'm stitching it. It calls for being stitched 3/2. There are blends, there are metallics. I've swapped out where it calls for a certain size metallic. I've gone with a size down. I'm only stitching 2/2, and where the blends call for 2 of this and 1 of the other, I'm just doing 1 and 1. Yeah, because I mean, it is dense enough on 32 count. So it really doesn't need 3. 3 would be bulky. Okay, next. Inner Depths by Heaven and Earth. Here's where we're at. Maybe I can do a up and down, so before and after for this. This is Inner Depths by Chris Ortega, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Here's a picture of what it will look like when it's finished. And I'm stitching this 2/1 half cross on 25 count Antique White Lugana. Yeah. So there's where it's at. So I've been working in this area over here, getting it filled in. I'm also using the away waste knot method, which is why you see a lot of short ends sticking out here, because when I get to the when I reach that part of it, I snip it close to the fabric and it gets moved to the back. It's just a way of me avoiding having to flip it over, because it's a bit wider of a frame and it's awkward to be rotating it to the back all the time. But there's where it's at, and it is now at 34,152 stitches, or 9.76%. And that is, I stitch on that 20 to 30 minutes in the morning before I go to work. And I rotate that with 2 other BAPs. And this is one of them. This is a stitching shelf by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork by Amy Stewart. Here's a picture of what it will look like when it's finished. And I started this in August of 2022 with Kim from Stitch and Stuff and Carolyn Zuck. Oh my god. And here's where I'm at. Here's where it was last time. Let's do side by side. And yeah. So last week, I'm going off of notes from last week. I was at 44,299, which is 11.8%. I'm at, right now, I'm almost at 45,000 because it's just about time for me to swap it out. And we'll be stitching on Hatter next week, starting probably tomorrow. So here's where this one is currently. I've been mostly just working in this book because it's just, I mean, it's confetti, but it's a lot of color. I can get a lot of stitches with one strand of thread. There, that's what I meant to say. Coming along. So, I'm looking at what I have about me, and I think that's all of the whips. I did have some stitchy kindness, and what that means is that I can probably just go ahead and start beading Dressmaker's Daughter, because I got 2 of the last colors of beads that I needed for Dressmaker's Daughter, which is this one, and yeah, so I can start the beading anytime. I think the plan for this is going to be, I will be working on it seasonally again, trying to get one season beaded and then go on to the next one. It's goals, you know, plans, right? So speaking of plans, there's a couple of things that I have not touched in a very long time that I really do think that I need to get out of the box that's being stored in, really, and get it finished. Amy from Mimi Stitchery she has a Afghan a year on the go. And I thought, you know, I do like quilting, and I really should just pick up the 2 quilts that I have started. Actually, now I have 3 on the go. And get those finished. Not the 3rd one, the first 2, because one of them was started probably almost 20 years ago, and it's just at the point of quilting it, and then it's done. The problem with that, dog wants to be on my lap all the time. Hand quilting requires a quilt on my lap all the time. Dog is not always clean. So, yeah. I'm sure you see the dilemma. The other quilt is the English paper piecing quilt, which I started 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I just need to figure out where I'm going with that and finish that. Reindeer and sleigh. I need to get those finished by the end of next year. I mean, I hoped that I could do it at the end of this year, but it's not going to happen. I'm not even going to say that. And all of my whips should get at least 1,000 stitches, which to me also equates to a week of stitching, of focus stitching. So like, this is 3 weeks of stitching on Pageant Kings, and I think it got great progress. And I would say that's probably about 3,000 stitches. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I don't count stitches, so for me, a week, I think it's good enough for me, right? There's 52 weeks in the year. I don't have 52 whips, so if they have 2 weeks of progress, that would be even better, but I'm not going to make that kind of commitment. 1 week, 1,000 stitches. My lofty goals, meaning, hey, I would really like to get these done, but I don't know if they're possible. I mean, they're not impossible. Finish my Queen of Hearts by Owl Forest Embroidery. It's in a project bag up there. I'll put a picture here of what it will look like. Yeah, finish that one. Finish the stocking I started for Roman, which is the, I thought it was down here. It's Cranberry and Pine stocking by Rosewood Manor. I think that's manageable. And finish Beautitudes. 2 pages. That's one of my oldest whips. I think I know I can do it. I just need to focus on it. And you know what? I'm talking about it and it's like, oh, I really do want to work on that. You may see more progress. Simplicity. Vintage Simplicity. That one, I think I could have that finished. And Royal Tudor Mandala. Insert picture here. Yeah. Starts. Do I have any plans for starting things? Not really. But I have. I'm not gonna lie, I probably have 1,000 patterns. Because I do have 2 bookshelves. 2 shelves on the bookshelf. 3 full of patterns. And then I have a ton of projects already kitted up there. Half of them are whips and half of them are just waiting to be started. And then I get enabled and I remember that I have that pattern and it's like, now I want to start that one. So, yeah, there are going to be starts at my whim. So I think that is going to be that. I know there are people at the Jingle Ball is happening this weekend. I had considered going, but I don't know. Yeah, because it's a virtual event, it would be really convenient to go to, but yeah, I just didn't know. Yeah. So, I didn't go. I'm here. So, that, I think, is that. I do plan on doing a whip parade much later. Probably, I don't know when. I wouldn't expect it until January, to be honest. And, yeah. So, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to pick up all this stuff, put it all away. Hopefully this video was not a waste of time. Hopefully we got sound. Yeah. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye.